This is Sound Off 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play.
And that's key.
If that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me? Without me. All
That
right.
might be the dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I
are
like
the
the way he
most
does that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit.
Look.
It did not.
All right,
McCarran.
So you're talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yeah.
What you put
With me, without me.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome back, Sound Off 60. A little
We're
different look to the show tonight. I'm Scooter Hobbs. This is Kevin Guidry, and special guest host tonight, Jamie Bice.
Yes.
Former teammate of Kevin's at LSU.
The highlight of my life.
Rick Sarro, I guess he's on one of his 17 weeks of vacation. He told me it was a business trip when I called him.
always a business
But when
trip.
I called him, he was on a golf course.
That pretty much sums it up.
Explain that one to me.
Rick, have a great time, but we've got a guy here that knows as much football about anybody that's here and probably in Lake Charles. So
Man,
glad
we got
to have
a lot
Jamie.
to do. We got a lot.
do.
I was wondering, that we kind of focus on three things here: McNeese, LSU, and Saints.
Yes.
And they're combined 8-0 right now.
They are.
I wonder when the last time that happened.
They are.
I don't know, but it's a good thing.
That's pretty good.
Definitely a good thing.
I mean, this week LSU, as Miles said, did what they were supposed to
Yeah.
do. McNeese wins this wild game that I don't think
That was a heck of a game.
anybody saw coming. We're going to talk about that in the next segment. The Saints, they won.
They did.
About
And
all I
Tampa,
can
well,
say.
Yeah. It was. It's more to come on that saga. But talking a little bit about LSU, I guess, Scooter, one of the things that probably
Wait a
stood
minute,
out.
before we get to that. And later on in the show, we're going to talk about the Manziel Bowl.
Oh,
And only you. As I understand it, that was the hardest ticket
that was a tough
of the
ticket.
year.
That
But
was
of
a tough
course,
ticket to get.
Kevin Guidry got one and was there. You went to
I was
the
there,
game.
no doubt about it.
It's a tough ticket for some people. I mean, who cared who the Aggies play?
I wasn't pulling for anybody.
I mean-
Wasn't pulling for anybody there, but wanted to go to the game.
I mean, just
What a game.
one day I want to go to fantasy camp and be Kevin Guidry for a week. I really do.
Guys, no, believe me. Look,
Don't say guys, say Scooter. Jamie's never had that fantasy.
Jamie's at every game. I'm mad, so no, don't even let Jamie fool you on that. But guys, I guess the one thing we can talk about is that McNeese, we've been talking about it and we've been saying, what's going to be the point to where it's going to tell us that McNeese is a great football team? Could this be the turning point, Scooter, to say, well, you know what?
I don't know if it's
Guys, I think they've got something.
Well, you almost preface it by saying, well, it was a Division II team. Well, yeah, it was, but apparently a really good one.
They had some D1 players that was on that team, believe me.
But I think what you would take about it, what was the difference in McNeese's season last year? What kept them out of the playoffs? That was the kind of game they lost last year.
Yeah.
In fact, really in worse fashion than if they had lost that one Saturday night. I mean, they had two really bizarre losses last year.
Yeah.
And, you hate to get in a game like that where you need a last-minute drive.
Exactly, to win it.
To win the game. But when you come out of it with a win, you're better off for it because it can come up again, and you've been there, done that. Don't you agree?
Well, one of the good things is football is a game of confidence, and after that first game, I think McNeese is loaded with confidence. So as you go down and you get in those, as what's Miles say, playing in the tight quarters.
Yeah,
tight quarters.
You win those games because you think you can win, and Coach Viator has always done a good job out there, and I think McNeese is for real. They have,
if they get in that situation again, and they look in Clint Stout's eyes, well, they know he can do it. He just showed them they could.
I mean,
could do it.
That catch the kid made was unbelievable right there toward the end.
All right, let's tell you, we're going to talk about more McNeese the next segment.
Okay.
I'm kind of of the opinion the Saints should have declined that victory. Except that I know in the NFL,
you take them how you can get them.
In the
Believe
NFL, you don't do that. I understand that.
Yeah.
And I guess they looked in Drew Brees' eyes, and well, he's been there and done that a few times too.
Yeah.
Good grief, how ugly was that game?
Scooter.
Hey, when we played, Kevin, an ugly victory was a victory.
It was a
wasn't it?
victory. It
Well, that
didn't
is
matter.
true. You know, oh gosh, I'm surrounded by Orangeburger disciples tonight.
Oh, God.
That's right.
It's not just
that's
Kevin.
my legend.
And you know, I do remember that from covering
right.
Bill Orangeburger. He was
An ugly win is a win.
He was different from most. I guess it was his pro background.
Yeah.
But like playing a game, what I call critique games, where the LSU fans come with no doubt about who's going to win.
Right.
So they sit there and critique the game.
That's right.
Rather than
right.
watch and enjoy.
You have to
and,
play it.
and pull for a win.
Yeah.
They critique the game. They go
Well-
but Orangeburger, if they were playing, say, Kent State and won by 7-10 points, that was all right with him.
That's right. Because the object is to win. But critique, the best thing about the Saints is to get on AM radio after the game and listen to the fifth quarter with Bobby Hebert.
Bobby Hebert,
Especially after he's
unbelievable,
already
Jamie.
had about a six-pack or two.
Yeah.
And you want to hear critique. It's almost
like
a
that
different
to the
language.
Yeah. Bobby's something else. Bobby's in a whole other world by himself.
And Dick, what's the guy that...
Dick Delaville.
Yeah.
That's a
Unbelievable.
whole different
But
world.
You know what the Saints, the thing is, I think that with all what's happened with those guys coming back, having Sean Payton back and having a new defensive coordinator and those type things, you're working through a lot of things, but I think overall, Scooter and Jamie, I think the Saints are building on something that they know no matter what happens, we're going to always be in a game if we've got Drew Brees
Well, here's
to help.
no, but
Okay,
here's
that
the
makes
key.
a good story.
The key is this year, though,
We're going to
winning-
always be in it. you
They're
know?
playing better with defense.
They are, Jamie.
So what happens
are.
if you
They are.
continue to play better on defense? You know your offense is going to get
It's gonna
better. You have the
produce
same,
each week.
basically the
I
same
agree.
weapons as you've
I agree.
had. So if they keep playing good defense,
Yeah.
keep Jimmy Graham healthy,
Yeah,
the
that's
Saints
key.
are going to be a force to reckon with.
That's key. His size just creates
He's a
mismatches
game changer.
for the Saints. Nobody can even contend about it. You were at the LSU game.
Yeah.
Give us a rundown. Give us a take on what you
They
thought
did what they were
took place.
supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, I like this offense more and more and more.
You've been saying that for the past 2 weeks.
And then in
now.
a breath
you know.
of fresh air, when
It
you're
is.
not and you're not
Yeah.
mad. They go
yeah,
out.
I
and
know
do
it
what
was
you're
Kent
supposed to.
State, but particularly offensively. In the past, LSU's defense will pretty well get a clamp on these kind of teams.
Yeah.
But offensively, they tend to muddle around and
lot
a
less
couple
muddling.
of 3 and outs and things like that. I mean, they just went out there and it was surgery.
Yeah.
And
And
it just took
But it's
them
been
apart.
that way all year.
Yeah,
It's
it
been the
has.
right plays
Yes.
called, not the same old, same old.
Yeah.
And it's something you've looked forward to. Now we just got to get the defense up. to
You know, one thing, and I think it will, but one thing, if there's one big difference, I don't know, they're not the one big difference. I mean, obviously Mettenberger's a lot better this year.
Yeah.
But they're trusting him to use the middle of the field.
Yes.
And then,
Which can be a dangerous area.
that's why they didn't throw it much in the middle before.
That's so
unless
true.
it was a glorified punt,
Yeah. Yeah.
thrown deep. But I mean, they're trusting him to use the middle of the field.
Yeah. Let me tell you something that I took from it, Scooter, when I had a chance to go back and watch it on 57 last night. You've got an offense right now that's going to dictate to the defense how well they're going to play. And I'll say this because Jamie can tell you, when we played, we knew Tommy Hodgson was a guy that if you gave him a chance, Tommy was going to light somebody up. And that gave the defense confidence in saying, you know what, guys, we just got to keep it in front of us because we've got a guy that's going to help us get through it. And I think with the confidence that Zach has gotten from this year in playing, the defense can look at that and say, you know what, this guy's got it together. We just got to keep everything in front of us. So I think the defense, they're going to get it, Scooter. And I mean, they're going to play better. But they know that if
I
they
don't
make a
disagree.
mistake, it's not going to be the end of what's going to happen by them not being able to score.
But I do
again.
think we're going to be in some scoring games where we have to score a lot
Oh, yeah,
more
so you
points.
better
I
have
agree,
that
Jamie.
offense.
So I totally
You're
agree.
right.
I totally agree.
Okay.
Totally different outlook
One in the
offensively.
books.
Yes, it is.
We'll take a little break here. We come back. You got a special little thing that you got a little work when we come back.
We do. I got a little work too, Scooter.
All right, we'll be right back.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
So, Philip, you guys have been here for 3 years. I see the blue tags everywhere. How's it going?
Oh, we've made great progress, Judd. We've got people coming from Westlake to Quincy, Hackberry, Vinton, even coming across the bridge in Lake Charles, Moss Bluff, and Ioway. It's not that far, and we really are having a great time serving them and seeing people respond to us. So come see us at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur.
Legendary parties don't wait for the weekend. So Thursday nights at Lauberge Casino Resort's Liquid Society Pool Concert Series is the place to be. It's a summer of epic headliners, including Kenny Wayne Shepherd, Robert Randolph and the Family Band, X Factor winner Tate Stevens, DJ Pauly D, Eli Young Band, Summerland Tour 2013, featuring Everclear, Live, Filter and Sponge, 311 and more. Tickets start at only $10 and can be purchased at Ticketmaster.com, Legends, or the Lauberge Business Center. For a complete concert lineup, visit mylauberge.com.
If you've got your crew in Miller Lite, you've got Miller time.
It's Miller time!
But what if one of your crew is Ken Jeong?
Zoink!
What's with the pig?
Wait.
No way! The pig! Did you teach him that?
Yeah, I did.
Sorry I'm late. I came straight from work.
Man, this line's ridiculous.
No joke.
King!
I'm that guy from that thing! Give me one. Miller Lite. Man, hell, hey, wait.
It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
We are back, and we're back. And let me introduce our special guest we're going to have with us tonight. He's going to be for the entire show. He's not a guest tonight. He's actually
He's been
special.
here before.
Jamie's been here a number of times. Jamie's probably been on the show maybe more than we.
You over there with the Aggies, you know, in the 12th man and all. Jamie's kind of our 4th man.
He is. I have to say
Please
that.
don't ever compare me to an Aggie in under any circumstances.
We will get to that, Jamie. But I got a few announcements I want to make
Dad's
tonight.
rolling over.
Tomorrow night we're going to have karaoke here in Jack Daniels, which is going to start about around 8 o'clock. So for those of you that want to come out and show your talents, by all means, please do come out. And also we have
Kevin will be singing.
I will
by
not.
the way.
I will not be singing. My mom said, baby, there's some things you just don't do. That's one of them, okay? Also, we're going to have Cheap Trick. You should know that group, huh?
Yeah.
That's going to be here this Friday. So if you haven't gotten your tickets, by all means, there are some tickets still left. Please go out and get them. And also on October 25th, we're going to have Bare Naked Ladies.
Who?
My 47th birthday.
Listen, Jamie, you need to come out, Jamie. I'll have your tickets. I promise you for that.
Bare Naked who?
Bare Naked Ladies is going to be here October 25th. So by all means, get your tickets. That's going to be a great show, guys. So those are some of the upcoming concerts we have.
Sports Illustrated article.
So
I won't go there.
Well, look, guys, getting back to talking about this week, one of the games we missed was probably the game of the century was the A&M.
How can you
Alabama
say
game.
that when LSU played Alabama in Tuscaloosa too?
Well,
that was the real game of the century.
That was, but you know what? That's
SEC power defenses.
I agree, Jamie.
Battling to the.
But I guess
spread.
my comments in saying that, Jamie, that's what some of the commentators were saying. You know,
Well,
this could possibly
you have
be
to have a game of the century
Every year?
every year.
Every 12,
okay, so we'll give them that one in.
months.
But I actually had a chance to be there on the sideline. And guys, let me tell you something. When you look at Bama, and I've said this before, it's something different about Bama versus any other.
Well, they're
collegiate
bigger
football
and they're
team.
faster
They are.
and they're stronger.
But
Beyond that,
let me
what are
say
you
this.
talking
Well coached, disciplined. You're looking at a mini professional football team. This is my take on them, guys.
about? So
looking
how did
at
a
them up
college
front,
team score 42 points on them?
Look, I don't know, but you know who would have thought when I was there looking at the game when A&M went up 14-0. Most coaches say, if we don't get this under control, fellas, it's going to be over real quick because they could have scored a third touchdown.
I did not doubt
with
that
that third
Alabama
possession.
could
They could have
come
scored.
back.
Let me give
I
you
just didn't know if Alabama could stop them. But Alabama actually scored 35 unanswered points.
Easily, Scooter. And
so their defense did something during that period.
Let me tell you something
There-
that took
there's no
place a
doubt.
year ago. All right. If you remember, LSU played at Kyle Field.
They did.
And they fell behind. It was so bad. We were ahead at halftime. It was so bad. I was apologizing to A&M fans for us being ahead.
Come on,
because we were horrible in the first
you
half, and we
serious?
were still ahead. You
No,
remember that? We
I
fell
remember
behind two
that.
touchdowns.
But you know, it is funny. in the build-up to that
It was a lot of
Alabama
build-up.
A&M game, everybody was using LSU as the model of how you shut down Johnny Manziel.
Yeah, because we did.
And I don't know if you shut him down.
To a degree.
He ran wild.
He did, but to the
first quarter.
But the
He
thing
ran
is,
wild the whole game. Now, they did keep him bottled up, but I know one thing. After the game, LSU's defensive line was saying, we were sick of chasing that guy.
And
but the key was, and what turned out, I guess, to be the key, I mean, you're going to have chances for turnovers when you played him, because he's going to take a lot of chances.
And we took
he did this game.
And LSU, they kept saying LSU had 5 turnovers. It was really 4. They had one on the last play of the game. It was basically the Stanford band play. They turned it over on that. But basically, LSU had 4 turnovers against A&M last year. But I mean, I guess, if LSU is the model to how you shut down, but I guess at the end of the day, they only had 17 points. I mean,
that wasn't bad at all. And you know what, Jamie, you can contend to this too, and comment on this.
42.
When you're dealing with a guy
at that,
such as Manziel, the biggest threat as a defensive back is that you can't commit until he crosses the line of scrimmage, and that's where he gets the majority of his yardage scooters. Because if he crossed that second level, which is going to be the linebacker, the defensive line. Once he gets past that, as a defensive back, I can't commit until I know this guy is past the line of scrimmage. Now you've got him in space. That's what he does good at. If you put Johnny in space, he can make you miss.
If you watch what LSU did, their ends last year did a tremendous job of not rushing it too fast.
Exactly.
In other words, they just kept him
made
in
the pocket collapse, James, what they did.
And there's 2 ways to attack that read option. You either go in extremely fast or you play it wide. And it worked well for us. I didn't see a whole lot of the Alabama game, so I don't know. Whatever they did, they didn't do it as well as we did last year.
They was running some kind of play, was like a little lead, follow number 75. I mean, for Johnny, this kid had to be all of 360, 6'6". Oh, LSU will see him. And I mean, Johnny would pretty much grab on the back of his pants, Scooter. And I mean, it's like where this guy goes, Johnny went. And when Johnny saw a crease, he took it. And that's what Bama had to adjust to, because nobody could block 75.
Okay, everybody's talking now, both of you guys. Everybody's talking now. The first week of the season, of course, Alabama had an open day. They only played one game. First week season against Virginia Tech, Alabama's offensive line looked awful. So that was the talk.
They did.
But the defense looked great against Virginia Tech. Well, now the offensive line looked great against A&M, but now everybody's worried about Alabama's defense. My theory, y'all take it, and you can say, well, yeah, it was A&M's offense. Well, sometimes you just get into a game that's going to happen like that. Sometimes 2 great offenses will get in there, and it turns into defensive struggles. And I think that's what happened. I would not be that concerned about Alabama's defense. I think you just got into a game that was going to go up, up into the stratosphere with the score. Well, what do y'all think?
My point is this. I think that both Alabama and A&M present LSU with lots of issues.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, sure.
But I also think that LSU presents both of those teams with some issues.
I totally agree with you, James.
So I say let's worry about that in 5 or 6 weeks and deal with Auburn this week.
Well, you're taking them one game at a time.
always what's in front of him. He's always been like that.
We have a segment.
He's always been that way.
We're going to talk about LSU.
What's in front of him?
But I mean, what was the atmosphere like?
Scooter,
compared
crazy.
to Tiger Stadium? I've heard it was nuts.
Scooter, Scooter, for the first quarter, nobody set. For the first quarter. Nobody set.
How can you? That's the worst. That is the worst seating arrangement in the history of any stadium. How can you sit?
And before the game, we was talking to some of the coaches, and they said they have a project that's coming up for the next 2 years.
It's like $100 million.
They're going to be at 105.
No, 400 million.
400 million, Scooter. That the seating is going to be at 105. So they're competing with everybody in the SEC now.
You still haven't answered my question. What was the atmosphere?
Being in Tiger
How was it
Stadium,
different than a big Tiger Stadium game?
I think being in there, Jamie was correct. It was a little bit louder because I think your stadium is more compact. Tiger Stadium is a lot vaster. It's a lot bigger.
Tiger Stadium holds the noise well.
Yeah, it does.
You
But you were like on top of each other in that stadium. It's like, it came down like that. Tiger Stadium goes back like that. And just when they came out, and I mean, Manziel was going to be the last one to come out the tunnel with them. It's just to where they love him. This kid's a rock star. Honestly, he is. I mean,
well, you know, we got to give him some. He partied like a rock star all summer, and I think a lot of people, me included, said, you know, he's had too much summer. His mind hadn't been on football. You know, he's gonna be a disappointment this year.
No.
He's gonna lose his locker room. On and on and on.
No.
The kid gets on the field, he can play football.
He can play school.
Apparently, you know.
School, let me tell you something.
Apparently, all that work the players do in the summer is way overrated.
And Texas wanted to make him a defensive back. Did you see him miss the tackle on the interception?
Yeah, he doesn't tackle real well.
Look,
we did find a flaw in his game.
The thing that probably got to me watching him up close, you know, you can't see a lot of this on television, but being up close, his demeanor, Scooter, he was so calm. I mean, he's looking to the sideline, shaking his head, saying, no. I mean, he was like that big a game. You felt that it would have been a little bit of jitters.
It must have been on his best behavior too, because the famed
surprised me.
The Johnny Cam didn't really come into play.
The thing that worries me about A&M is not only him, is they went out and got some 6'4", 6'5" receivers.
Jamie.
And I don't know how
some big guys.
Alabama didn't match up real well with
number
them.
Number 5, he may not play this week.
For Alabama?
3 touchdowns scored on you as defense. I'm surprised Nick didn't pull him. As big a defensive guy Nick Saban is, I mean, he could not. That's what you call the primary example of being able to create a mismatch. Nick Saban had no remedy for it but to change corners. They both was 5'9", 5'10" at the most.
Well, guess what we have?
We have
we
a
still
break.
Got to talk some more about that,
we
though.
have
I know we
a
got
break coming up. That's what we have.
We're gonna be
we
back
will be right back.
All right, dude.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Douglas Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatments you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
We're back again. Kevin's still buzzing from joining the 12-man club at
It really was a great
A&M.
trip.
Well, let's talk about this McNeese game.
That was a heck of a game.
I mean, I guess I'm like everybody. I saw this was a Division II team, and I'm at, I did not see the game. I was covering LSU Saturday night, but I'm there in the press box, and they hand out scores periodically, and I'm looking at it. Let's see how much McNeese is up.
Yeah.
And we had gone final, and I saw.
Yeah. Where's this?
What happened there?
Yeah.
Well, apparently West Alabama, you can say they're Division II all. I mean, like, I tell you what it made me do. It made me I said, where is it, West Alabama? I said, I assume it's in West Alabama somewhere.
Yeah.
I did Google it and look it up, and I should have noticed it before because I've made this trek many a times. It's about a third the way between Meridian, Mississippi, and Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
So right there, right off the interstate.
Look,
they had some ball players though.
Yeah, I was lucky. I ran into Coach Viator Wednesday. We were at the dry cleaners. And he said, Jamie, this team we're playing is good. I'm trying to convince people.
I don't think anybody.
And he said, that he was watching film and he saw this safety just crushing people.
Yeah.
So he said he Googled the kid's name, and he had started like a couple years at Auburn. And he said there are like 3 or 4 players like that. So he said, Jamie, this team we're playing is the real deal. We got a tremendous amount of athletes, and apparently so.
Even I've heard their quarterback described as a mini Manziel. Yeah. But from what I understand, it sounds to me like you could almost compare him to, I guess on a bigger scale, to this this young guy at Barb, Keenan Fontenot.
He's built
who apparently is not tall enough to play in college. Maybe West Alabama, who's the most accurate passer I've ever seen.
And they said his build.
But it said he was so nimble. He would just like sidestep tacklers.
But I heard, according to the stats, Stroud had a heck of a game from McNeese. 4 touchdowns and like 85% completion ratio or something.
He's made a difference in that offense. I mean, we knew he was going to be the mainstay in that offense, but from what he's done this early on in the year, you can't say, but this kid's going to get even better as the year progresses.
Well, I think he's got,
and that's key.
I think he's got a few more weapons too. You know,
big tight end
from LSU. That's one of the keys.
It's always got to be about LSU.
Well, I'm saying that's where the kid comes from. Scooter, Jamie would.
I wouldn't say that.
You know.
Kevin has the worst tunnel vision.
No.
Jamie was at LSU long as you were.
Looking at the game.
He went to law school.
He went to law school. That's my attorney also. But look, one of the things that I think that my neighbor said that went to the game, he said, Kevin, it was a great test for McNeese for the mere fact that that quarterback gave them an opportunity to see what it's going to be like in playing a quarterback that's as nimble, like you said, Scooter, as that guy. And they was able to keep him in wraps still, but they said they had a hard time catching this kid.
But that's good as long as you have those games. That's right. As long as you win the game and you see that type of quarterback, because they're going to face some really good competition coming up. And to win that game, you know, again, McNeese is playing with a lot of confidence right now, and confidence is the most important thing in any sports endeavor, especially football.
And to look back on
I've heard several people tell me that was one of the most exciting games they've seen in Cowboy Stadium in the last 5, 6, 7 years.
I missed it.
I mean, or at least, you know, I guess they had some exciting ones last year, but at least lost them.
They lost
them. I mean, and how crazy it was, they scored to go up by 2 and get the extra point blocked. Of course, you know what can always happen with that. That could have been a tie game.
You're right.
Without a holder.
Jamie, let me ask you this. You and I both being defensive players. How big of an impact do you think Coach Lance Guidry has made attitude-wise to that defense?
Well, apparently, you know, they're playing a lot better. So, I mean, whatever it takes. But it seems to me that the offense is really hitting on the cylinders, kind of like the LSU deal. McNeese is like I said, that first game gave them a whole lot of confidence.
Well, you know, you know, I think defense kind of jump-started that South Florida game.
Did it really?
Too, you know, with a pick six and a couple of turnovers and things like that is really what allowed that game to snowball. But I think everybody's excited about McNeese right now.
And they should be. I heard the crowds were good and vocal.
They say the attendance
not quite
has been
as
up.
good. Well, it wasn't as good last week as this week. I guess everybody would say, "Oh, Division II, that can't be worth watching." But I mean, and you know, well, the week before, I mean, from Alex Hickey, our McNeese writer, he told me that West Alabama was the most talented of the 2 teams they played. And that remember that includes a team in a BCS conference.
That's right,
South Florida. So you got a Division II team with more talent. And remember, South Florida played well against Michigan State the following week.
Well, what do you call a Division II team with Division I talent?
With Division I
talent? You call them West Alabama.
There are probably a lot of those out there. There are a lot of schools.
Just having to find those guys, I guess.
Well, the good thing is they whipped both of them. So they beat both of them.
And you know, they've got much better tests, I think, these next 2 weeks. I know they play Weber State this week. And then I think they open conference play.
Following week, is it the following week or 2 weeks after that?
No, the following week, is it Northern Iowa?
Northern Iowa. That's going to be another good game right there. That's going to be a good test for McNeese. That's going to be a heck of a test for McNeese.
Okay.
So we got another one in the back? Yes, we are.
Another
We're not
one
doing
in the
bad.
book.
Rick, I tell you.
Don't miss you at all, Rick.
If you keep missing these trips on vacation. All right, now we might have to fill that chair, man. So watch it now. We'll be back, guys, right after these messages.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900. 4900.
Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
So, Philip, you guys have been here for 3 years. I see the blue tags everywhere. How's it going?
Oh, we've made great progress, Judd. We've got people coming from Westlake, DeQuincy, Hackberry, Vinton, even coming across the bridge in Lake Charles, Moss Bluff, and Iowa. It's not that far, and we really are having a great time serving them and seeing people respond to us. So come see us at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur.
If you've got your crew in Miller Lite, you've got Miller time.
Grab me one. It's Miller time!
But what if one of your crew is Ken Jung?
What's with the pig?
No
Wait.
way! Look at pig! Did you teach him that?
Yeah, I did. Sorry I'm late. I came straight from work. Man, this line's ridiculous. No joke. King, I'm that guy from that thing! Give me one. Miller one. Man, hey, wait.
It's not just a good time, it's Miller time.
All right, we're back.
Yes, we are.
I don't know if you guys are up for it, but we'll talk LSU. Okay?
I think we might
I'll just sit back.
Just a little bit. I guess
Just sit down in that chair right there. We'll show you how
it's done. This is a special week for a guy that's probably sitting with us on the set tonight that a lot of people here watching may not know, but this was a huge game for Jamie and him. This was really noted as the earthquake game. And Jamie, I want you to talk a little bit about that because that's a special game.
What did you say? This is the 25th? I am not that old.
Can you believe that?
This is the 25th anniversary.
Can you believe that?
Well, you know,
that long, Jamie.
You know, Tommy Hotson was inducted in the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame this summer, and they introduced him, and as he's walking up to the podium, the music they played was "You Made the Earth Move Under My Feet."
That was
whatever that song is. You know the one I'm talking about.
Exactly what
Carole King.
Yeah,
I feel the earth move.
Exactly what talking about.
Yeah, this is the 25th anniversary of the LSU Auburn game, which ultimately decided the Southeastern Conference race in 1988. And it's really it was a tremendous game. It's always on Classic Sports every other night, it seems like, and it was a great game. Two traditionally strong powerhouse defenses back and forth, but that was really an amazing year. That's the year, Kevin. The whole time I was at LSU, you left the year before.
Exactly.
I had never lost an away game.
Really?
Until my senior year, we got beat by Ohio State. We were ahead by 2 touchdowns.
Ohio State always gave us trouble, Jamie.
So that same year, Ohio State beats us on the last play of the game.
Yeah.
The next week, we go
probably the greatest collapse in LSU history.
Yeah. And I wasn't in the game when that was thrown too. The next week, we lose again to Florida, 9-6, in a great defensive battle down there in Gainesville with a young running back by the name of Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith, don't we remember him, huh?
So we come to the game ranked like 19th or 18th. Auburn's number 1 or 2, and we have that battle there. Yeah. But that's not the end of the story. It was a great game, great defensive battle. We all know that Hodson hits Fuller for the winning touchdown.
Yes.
But the real story behind that season is the game at Alabama in Tuscaloosa, the first time we'd ever played there in many years. Yeah. We beat Alabama in 1918. In 1988, we beat the state of Alabama by a total of 2 points to win the SEC.
Can you believe that?
That's something I always let my friends at Alabama know.
But that's big, though. Hey, a win's a win, and we'll take it, too.
That's right. But it is the 25th anniversary of the LSU Auburn game.
That's great. So you guys will be honored at this week's game.
We will be honored before we have a reception Friday night. I'm sure you'll be there. You've never missed a party, even though you'd already graduated. But free food is there.
I'll definitely sneak in on that one.
And then they're going to honor us before
That's going to be nice, man. No, we're going to all be there for that one, But one of the things that, and Jamie can talk about it is that, Scooter, when you look at these big games, one of the things that I think is it's common in that you have big players that step up and do big things. And, I'm trying to find a guy on LSU's offense. Maybe you guys can help me, but do you have a superstar? I mean, Zach is playing good. Landry's playing good. Hill's playing good. Is this good not to have that one person that's going to Beckham? I mean, you've got a plethora, like Rick would say, of guys on that offense, but who's your superstar?
A lot of weapons. A lot of really good weapons.
And that may be good.
Let's don't get too carried away yet. We're talking about Kent State, UAB. TCU, I think, is a good team. Better team than they showed. I watched their game when they lost Texas Tech. That didn't look like the same team.
It didn't. I watched that game, too. Can Texas Tech be that good, though?
I don't know. For this time, they got plenty of running backs, and these running backs have been conditioned over the years at LSU that, they're going to move them in and out. I don't think it's a matter of them, that nobody can get comfortable. If I would say anything, I'm off the top of my head, I'm thinking 70% or 80% of Mettenberger's completions right now have got to be to Landry and Beckham.
I would agree.
You don't have that.
Now they a bunch of other people have catches, but they only got one or two or in the game.
Exactly.
My thoughts are this, is that you don't look at the outstanding player because I think you have a lot of weapons.
Yeah.
I think you look at what you may be lacking right now. A third receiver.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That needs to
emerge. And a tight end that's a difference maker.
You've got to use him. You've got
because a tight end is such a weapon, as you see with the Saints. So is Dixon the man, or I don't know. He had a catch last week, but a good tight end can really be a difference maker.
He may be a little young. He may be a little young yet.
I wish we had our commitment, Mr. Quinn, playing in the slot right now.
Yeah, that would. You need that. You need that too, Jamie. That's what He reminded me of the little guy that I think will turn out to be just like the little guy that played for New England for so many years. That's with Denver. Now, what's his name?
Welker.
You know what I'm talking about? Welker. That's who I picture him being.
And that's what I'm talking about. That third receiver. If you look at the great passers in the NFL right now, your Brady's and your Mannings, those your passers.
Yeah.
Who is it they're throwing that ball to more and more? You got your great playmakers on the end,
on the
but
outside,
in the middle,
and you got
the middle is where.
You're right, Jamie. I agree with you on that.
Maker.
I totally agree with you. And you know what? The thing about it that I think LSU has done a great job with is that, Jamie, we would look at a lot of the games last year. We'd say, "Oh God, here it comes." But I think now, Scooter, you've got that balance effect on running and passing right now. You've got defenses saying, "We don't know what they're going to do." And that's the key, I think, as to what you were talking about last year. You saying they was just throwing it to the wall and seeing what sticks.
Throwing mud at the wall.
But now they've got a game plan to say, you know what, we're going to run on first, but we can throw it on second, and if we have to, we'll throw it on third down. So that's something that last year was run, pass. And everybody kind of got
not really efficiently.
Jamie.
The question this year, though, is on defense in my mind. I think we have a very, very good defensive line.
Yeah.
I am concerned about the linebackers, very concerned, especially in the middle of the linebackers.
That's what concerns me also, Jamie.
Miles said at his press luncheon today, and it seems to me, about 15 linebackers have played so far. It's just been a traffic jam.
Yeah.
Well, he acted like the auditions are over, and he said today at the press luncheon that they're down to a 5-man rotation, for the 3 linebacker spots.
Yeah.
Nobody stepped up.
And that's the thing that bothers me, Jamie.
No, I think he. I said in a column this morning, I think he's realized if you're going to play these A&Ms, and Auburn runs a no huddle.
That's right.
They don't quite have the bells and whistles that Johnny Football has.
Like
but you can't think about your starting 11. You've got to think about the 22 that you're going to be able to play, because they can't play every play.
No,
in games like A&M.
Right.
But I don't know, if I had to guess, it sounds to me like Quan Alexander and Kendall Beckwith have really jumped kind of to the front.
Yeah.
Beckwith's a true freshman.
Yeah.
He's a great
you just need guys, I think, at that position, because what so many college teams are going to, Jamie and Scooter, is that they want to be able to hit their little spy receivers underneath. And if you're not a linebacker that can cover or get to that zone or look for that guy behind you, you're going to be in trouble. So LSU's looking for linebackers, I think, that can move laterally, that are good being able to position themselves underneath the comeback, the curls, and those type things, because most teams that you see, they're going to see how strong you are right in the middle.
But you still have to get off blocks and make plays.
Before we go to break, while we're talking about LSU, not to toot my own horn or anything, but who says you can't make a difference? I wrote the column last week, bitching about all the piped-in
I enjoyed that.
music.
That was smart. That was a good article.
Scooter.
That's right.
Hey, just hush for a minute. Be like the speakers.
I like that.
This week at Tiger Stadium, eradicated.
Are
Gone.
you serious?
I enjoyed the article.
I mean,
they
they played it a little bit,
well, like they normally
not
do.
overblaring while the teams were warming up, which I said in my column. That's okay. But once the game started, and it's mostly in these TV timeouts.
Yeah.
Either the LSU band played or not.
Okay.
Apparently, and some LSU officials mentioned my column to me when I was over there Saturday.
Yeah.
And I was laughing. I said, well, I guess I made a difference, son. They said, you weren't the only one we heard from.
Really?
I'm going to pat you
But
on the
they
back.
eradicated it
That's right.
from Tiger Stadium.
Well, okay.
Gone.
Hopefully we'll get a little bit of it.
All
Maybe
right.
not as much.
All right, we'll be back.
All right.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
So, Philip, you guys have been here for 3 years. I see the blue tags everywhere. How's it going?
Oh, we've made great progress, Judd. We've got people coming from Westlake, DeQuincy, Hackberry, Vinton, even coming across the bridge in Lake Charles, Moss Bluff, and Iowa. It's not that far, and we really are having a great time serving them and seeing people respond to us. So come see us at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur.
We are back, and now when the Saints go marching in, or as I should say, when they go stumbling in, or go stumbling in and still march out with a victory.
You know what? Now, if Rick was sitting in Jamie's spot, this is what he would say. Hobbs, it doesn't matter.
And he's right.
It doesn't
matter.
that.
He's right.
Hobbs, it doesn't matter. You're 2-0.
And I understand that's right in the NFL.
It is. But you know what?
My gosh. I mean, the Saints are lucky, you know.
That's all right. I'd rather be lucky than good.
I'm saying they are lucky. That game was kind of an afterthought for TV. Fox put it on against the Manning Bowl.
Yeah.
So hardly anybody saw it, or I guess after the rain delay, maybe some people did after the Manning Bowl was over. But that was some ugly football.
How many times, though, have you been in a situation as a player, Kevin, where you've been psyched up, ready to go, and you have a 45-minute rain delay, and you come out deader than a doorknob?
You're flat.
And I think
Tampa Bay had a rain delay too.
You're flat.
Yeah, but they're not any good, so they just maintain their mediocrity.
You know,
I thought Sean Payton was off again, and I mean, you know what happened at the end of the half?
No.
I mean, the Saints had first and goal at the 1 and ended up not getting anything.
Yeah, that's right.
And they ended up with 4th and 1. And they had 4th and 2, I guess.
Okay.
They kick a field goal. Tampa Bay's offsides. They take the 3 points off, go for it on 4th and 1. I was not against taking the points off the board until I saw number 22 was in the backfield. And I said, please do not give it to Ingram. And of course, he got stacked up. He was short.
What's your take on Ingram?
I think he is a total bust.
Yeah.
Well,
and he can, and he's proven over and over and over. I'd have felt better if they give it to him on 4th and 4. He might have a chance.
Yeah.
But if it's 4th and 1, he's not getting back to the line.
School, let me tell you something. I've looked at this kid, and Jamie, you and I have seen him when he was at Alabama. God, what a great player. I mean, just tremendous. But Jamie, you know, some kids don't fit in certain sets. And that's a set with the Saints he doesn't fit in.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I was
He just
listening to
don't
the
fit.
radio, and I heard Hokie Gajon said, put Pierre in, put Pierre in.
That's what you would
Why
think.
are they determined?
I don't know, Scooter.
I mean, And Chris Ivory's gone. They let Chris Ivory go.
I'm still dumbfounded behind
But didn't
that one,
Ivory play hard? I mean, wasn't Ivory a pretty decent
Oh,
player?
yes, that's what I'm saying.
He was a beast.
Ivory was a beast.
He played hard.
In fact, when they could play Ivory, occasionally it would wake up Ingram.
And let me say this, guys. When you look at that and you kind of shake your head, but let me tell you, certain situations when you've got a guy that's making that much money, it's kind of hard to set him on the bench, Scooter. If you and Jamie know what I mean when I say that.
If he's not playing, but if he's not producing.
You've got to justify that to say, why in the heck we paying this guy this much? It's beyond me, guys. There have been times when I've said, bring Bush back, bring Reggie back. I'll take Reggie. I'll take Reggie.
I'll say it. The Saints are lucky that yesterday they were playing maybe the most undisciplined team in the NFL. More than on being a dirty team, I think. The coach, Greg Schiano, he is annoying over there. He's the guy decided last year, and he's waltzing in here from college to take over an NFL. He all of a sudden decided at the end of the game, quarterbacks taking a knee or a fair game. And trying to hit them. I mean, that's Bush League.
That was brilliant.
And half of what Tampa Bay was doing yesterday was the Saints are just like, I mean, they ought to burn that tape. Give it, it's another feather for Drew Brees, who was not on his game until the last. You know what it reminded me of? And Tampa Bay fans were probably wringing their hands. Because, I mean, I guess their defense played okay. I thought it was more the Saints' offense played bad. But remember, probably about the years you two were at LSU, it seemed like every time the Saints played the 49ers, they'd play their butts off, and they'd be one first down away from beating the 49ers, but they wouldn't get the first down, and Joe Montana would lead the 49ers. And I swear that happened like 5 or 6 times.
Every time.
Just with the 49ers. And that's what that looked like. I mean, Brees has been a thorn in Tampa Bay
for a long time.
I mean, his career stats against Tampa Bay are through the roof. And so, but their Tampa Bay, all they needed, was one more first down, and they might have done it.
But football's a game of confidence.
Yes, it is.
When you're used to winning those games, you win them, and
I agree, Jamie.
But I mean, I'm really, we talked last week. We raved about the Saints defense last week.
And the win.
Well, that was when they were coming
really
off a win over Atlanta. With which I know Atlanta's a good offense.
No, Atlanta's a really good football team.
I'm not sure the Saints defense was that good yesterday, because that looked like the most dysfunctional NFL offense I've seen in a while with Tampa Bay.
When you look at it, Jamie,
a curly coached offense.
Sometimes you have teams play to their opponents. If that was the case, I don't know, but there's going to be some more games the Saints are going to be facing. That's going to be a heck of a lot better.
Well, let me get you. I know you. I just see it right here as I'm looking at this big TV in here. To me, these pregame shows, is there anything stupider than even when they're ex-athletes, I don't care. Then watching guys go through and passing wearing suits, wearing coats and ties.
I don't know.
And
I guess they're trying to give an example.
You block like this, and they're wearing coats and ties. All right, we got to go.
All right.
We'll be right back with Stump the Wise Guys.
We're not getting stumped today.
Another wise guy.
They better bring their A game.
Demonstrative evidence.
That's it.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford, Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort.
So, Philip, you guys have been here for 3 years. I see the blue tags everywhere. How's it going?
Oh, we've made great progress, Judd. We've got people coming from Westlake, DeQuincy, Hackberry, Vinton, even coming across the bridge in Lake Charles, Moss Bluff, and Iowa. It's not that far, and we really are having a great time serving them and seeing people respond to us. So come see us at Tarver Ford, exit 21 in Sulphur.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
Wow.
What? See what I see?
You know I see it. I seen it before you did.
Come on, man. You know I saw that before you even said anything.
Say what?
Tell me what you see.
You already know what I'm seeing.
So you see what I'm saying, right?
I saw it. I'm seeing it right now. I'm looking right at it.
Right. Get this. See now?
The new bottle? What's there to say?
The new Miller Lite bottle. Find one at a bar near you.
We are back, ready for another round of Stump the Wise guys,
we are.
and we're a little wiser this week with Jamie instead of Rick. But let's introduce our esteemed
glad to have him here tonight with us.
We have Marta on the far end and Darby probably a little too close for her comfort to Kevin.
I'm just here. So we're ready with you guys. What's going to be the first one for tonight?
Who's going to go first?
Me.
All right.
You ready?
Yes, we are.
What Alabama coach was hired and fired before he coached a single official game?
Oh, that's
The guy,
came from
Mike
Washington.
DuBose.
No. Oh, the guy that got caught up in the strip bar.
What?
What was his name?
Who was that, Scooter?
I'll give them.
What was
Gosh,
Wait a minute.
He ended up at UTEP.
Give us a hint. Just
No, I'm thinking of it. It's just if you hadn't asked me, I
There is a time limit.
Yeah, it is. Jamie, tell him he want to sit
Well,
there.
we're going to go back to that one because I'm gonna think of it.
All right, then we're going to pass on that one.
Yeah,
We're going to pass on that one.
All right, y'all ready?
Yes, we are.
What coach preceded Bear Bryant at Alabama and named the head coach who was chosen as Bear's successor?
Ray Perkins.
Was the successor? Did you ask who was the coach before Bear Bryant?
Oh, I don't know.
After Bear Bryant.
After Bear
After or
Bryant.
before?
After.
Oh, I thought
Ray
she
Perkins.
asked
Successor.
both.
So after.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Ray Perkins.
Ray
It was Ray
Perkins.
Perkins. Okay, who was the coach before Bear Bryant?
I don't know that.
Victor Kiriakis.
The immortal Ears Whitworth.
He won 4 and 41. I just read about
Son
it.
of a gun. All right, then.
That's right. Ears was on there?
No, Ray Perkins?
No, it was Ray Perkins. We
And
leave
then,
it at
but
that.
Jennings Whitworth was the coach before. That's what it
Ears
said.
Whitworth.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Okay, that was
I
part of
didn't
the
understand
next
the
one.
question.
That was part of the
Now,
question.
you still got to come back to yours now. So we're moving on to the next one.
Okay. Who is the Denny in Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa?
Who cares? No.
The Denny. Scooter, help me out. You go to all these games.
I guess they're asking for the first name.
Yeah.
But I think he was a president of the school back at the turn of the century.
No, was it?
You shake your head. That's a yes,
I don't know
right?
his first name. They
Yes,
also
that's a
have
yes.
the Denny Chimes on campus, which is kind of like LSU's Memorial Tower.
Okay.
It's called the
All right.
Denny Chimes. It's not as big as
Is this
Memorial
to
Tower.
pay homage to Alabama? I'm getting sick in my stomach here.
We hadn't even, we 5 weeks away from playing these guys. Next question.
Okay. Between 1971 and 1981, Alabama beat LSU 11 straight times.
Whoa.
What was LSU's most dominant decade over the Crimson Tide?
The 80s.
The 80s.
No.
I played on 3 of
I'm going to
those.
say it anyway.
80s, 90s.
I would say the 90s.
I will say
The
2000 to 2010.
It was.
Very good, Scooter. You're on the road, buddy. All right. Last one?
No, that's it. No, I still got to get that other Alabama question.
What was that? Give us a hint. Just
Give
us
me
a
his
hint.
first
Oh,
name.
Donahue?
I won't take it.
His
Donahue?
name was Mike.
Mike Price.
Yep.
Mike Price.
Oh,
Price.
Scooter. All right. Scooter.
Mike Price.
Ladies, y'all did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ladies. You almost stumped me on that one, but I got it.
Great job, Scooter. You was on the road. Bama just, Jamie, I just didn't feel Bama tonight, okay?
Yeah.
Whatever.
Alabama.
I just didn't feel him
Can't
tonight.
even waste my breath
Whatever.
talking about that.
Just didn't feel it. Okay.
Reminds me of red dirt and Chevrolets.
One of the things that I just want to tout on the Tigers is that I was really impressed with looking at how they opened up the passing game. That's going to make a lot of teams, Scooter, back off, and the run's going to be. Jeremy Hill, is this guy a beast? Is he the real deal?
He is their best running back. I mean,
Bar none.
They have
Bar
three
none.
other good ones.
Bar none.
But he is their best one.
Did I look right this past Sunday? Is Michael Ford starting for the Chicago Bears?
He's playing.
He's playing. I don't think he's starting.
Oh, I saw him playing a lot.
And you know what was funny? The old lady at the Chicago game when he went and said, they're running the option.
No.
Wisconsin,
last year was
Arizona
a
State.
bad year, Jamie Ford.
Did anybody out there see the Wisconsin, Arizona State?
Tell me your take, and I'm going to tell you my take.
The referees totally biased.
They totally.
The quarterback could have taken a more emphatic knee, and he should have tossed the ball to the ref. But what he did was not wrong.
It wasn't.
By any rule.
Setting it down was not wrong. He wasn't.
And, you know, the refs are supposed to be able to...
They should have had that under control, Scooter. And
but it was Pac-12 refs. I think, and I didn't realize this, that it was Pac-12 refs. You know, I think a lot of people assume it's Big Ten refs because they were playing at a Pac-12 school. I didn't know this until last year when LSU played Washington. Remember they played in Seattle? Yeah. And then they had the return trip here last year? Right. Same thing. They had Pac-12 refs in Washington, and then they had SEC refs in Baton Rouge. The reason being, and I'd love to know the reasoning for this, the Pac-12 will not send its officials across all the way across the country. Really? Cross country.
Always remember this. Referees are human. All right?
They are. They will make mistakes.
And when they make a mistake that hurts you, they're bad. And when they make a mistake, the Sun Devils aren't cussing the game.
To me,
believe me, Jamie, you're right about that.
This was a correctable mistake.
They should have fixed it right then and there.
And to me, almost the most telling thing was when this quarterback is pleading with the ref, and the ref did that.
Yeah. Remember this saying, Elvis has left the building.
No, that was a situation that begged for this group of refs to huddle up and figure out what happened, and they could have fixed it.
I agree.
They could have fixed it. Tell you another, speaking of refs, I did not know this, and I didn't see it. I heard it on the radio driving to Baton Rouge. But I think it was Nebraska-UCLA game.
What was that on?
There was I didn't see it, but I heard a little on the radio. There was a field goal that, I think it was a UCLA field goal, they called good. And Nebraska challenged it.
What?
And I didn't know field goals were, and they went and viewed the tape and wiped it out. It wasn't good.
Are you serious?
But I didn't know that field goals were.
I didn't know that
I didn't either.
Viewable.
But I do know this, that UCLA put 35 unanswered points in the second half. So
it would have been 38. It would have been 38 if they hadn't reviewed that field goal.
Whatever.
I don't know. Are they telling us we got to go?
Yeah, we got to wrap it up then.
It's been a great week. Look,
Jamie,
thanks for
dropping by. You always come through for us when we need you, buddy. And we'll be back again next week.
We didn't miss you at all, but you can come on back next week anyway.
We'll be looking forward to seeing you.
Until then, we'll see you.
All right.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at Lauberge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.